All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Mighty teaching from Brother Yeshaya. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Yeah, so we're out here today. Like we said, with the Hebrew Israelites, we come in week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon. At the same time, here to cover our people, like the Bible was saying. And what I've noticed, working in Babylon, our people love it here, man. They love it here too. They like to work for their oppressors. And, you know, obviously, we're in the land of our captivity, but we're here to wake up our people to say to you so-called blacks, you so-called Latinos, you Seminole Indians, man, this is not our rest.
That's right.
We need to come out of it and stop doing the work for the heathens more than we do for the Most High, man. Like, we work day in, day out for our oppressors, but the Most High's got a promise for us, man.
Right.
The oppressor will pay you, what, monthly, your wages? Yeah. Yeah, the oppressor will pay you monthly for your wages. The Most High's going to pay you eternally if you do His work, man, with a blessing. Read, King.
This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise, yea, and depart.
And do what?
Arise, yea, and depart.
Read.
For this is not your rest.
This is not our rest, man.
Because it is polluted.
Because it's what?
Because it is polluted.
It's not our rest because it's polluted, because we are now being Hellenized, heathenized to work in this Babylonian custom, man. Until we're dead, man. But the Most High's got life for us. Keep reading, King.
It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction.
Exactly, and that's what's happened to us. But now we're destroyed. We like working for our oppressors. Before, our ancestors were fighting to come out of oppression.
Right.
But now we love living in oppression from our colonizers, the so-called white man, who biblically called Edom, man, the Edomite, and the Arab man, Ishmaelites. We like working for these people, but we need to come out.
That's right.
Babylon's soon to be destroyed.
That's right.
Now this is a cut to me. I'm only saying this because you can only teach what you've been through.
Huh.
So I've been through it and I'm getting out of it. And I want the same for my people, because no longer do I want to be oppressed.
Right.
Knowing that I'm royalty in the eyes of the Most High, I'm His chosen child, man.
That's right. Right.
Ruler. Not the other nations, but so-called black Seminole Indians and Native Americans, man. Reading.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 13.
Bring that out.
Separate thyself
Do
from
what?
Separate thyself
from thine enemies.
And the Most High calls us holy, man. That means to be separate. So be holy.
That's right.
Be holy unto the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Read.
And take heed of thy friends.
And take heed of your brethren, man. So lucky I say man, but take heed of your brethren. Take heed of the people, your Akim, your brothers that went through the same persecution and the same curses. Take heed of those, because only your own will understand the suffering you're going through.
Got a precept, King.
Yeah, bring that out.
This is Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
And what are we going to be unto the Most High?
And ye shall be holy unto me.
Not these so-called Jewish people, the ones that are taking our blessings, the ones that run your bank systems. They're not separate unto the Most High, but we are holy unto Him. Read,
That's
King.
right.
For I, Yahweh, am holy, and have severed you from other people.
From who?
From other people.
So we're not like these other nations.
That's right.
The reason why they keep us in their work systems, because we work the damn hardest, man.
That's right.
That ye should be mine.
That we should be Yahweh's, man.
That's right.
The Heavenly Fathers. The oppressors already know our work effort. How much more shall we do the work for the Most High? And how much greater is our reward going to be, man? So I'm trying to wake up our people and tell our people to come out of this custom. I understand we have bills to pay. Like I said, we're in the land of our captivity. That's why we got our grace period. That's why we have Akims that you can come and congregate. You have brothers you can congregate with. You Latino, you Northern Kingdom, man, we're here for you. The Southern Kingdom's here for you. We'll have your back because we know the curses that we've gone through. It's time to start waking up now and stop trying to be, you know, what do they like to call them in America? Your Jose's and your Jose's and your class cutters, man. You want to go preach it?
Yeah. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord Yahweh, 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith Yahweh 𝐤𝐄𝐄 Almighty.
That's right. Don't touch the unclean things. Right now, like I said, we're in the land of our captivity, Israel. So we're going to have to do the customs of these heathens while we're in this captivity. But don't touch their philosophy. Don't touch their work ethics.
That's right.
Put the energy into the Most High now, man.
That's right. That's right.
Like, I can say this because I went to a work meeting and a Northern Kingdom come up to me, a so-called Brazilian, but he said something to me spiritually. I'm not like the so-called white man.
That's
They're
right.
not like the so-called white man.
That's right.
And I had to take heed. I had to listen to the small calls. And when he said it to me, it touched my spirit. And I had to give him the other brother's channel so he can learn. Because our people are crying now, man. But we need to do it as a body. We need to come back together in the name of Yahweh 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄.
Right.
He's our strong defense against this wickedness, man. And when he said that to me, I told him, you're my brother, you're mine, because of the spirit resonates. He told me about the captivity of these parents, how they had to be moved and come into slavery, man. They was in slavery. Freaky.
This is Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 8. Ye watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing.
Exactly.
For they shall see eye to eye when Yahweh shall bring again Zion.
God. And that's what's happening. The watchmen are rising up. We have Northern Kingdom brothers that are teaching in Spanish, in Latin America, man. They're teaching our people. So now you need to start hearkening. Come out of our stiff-necked ways and not want to work for our oppressor.
That's right.
It was a commandment for us to gather together.
Right.
And that came from our father, Jacob. Israel, your 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄. It came from our father. Read, King.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Bring it up.
Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather
Be yourselves together.
Do what?
Gather yourselves together.
That's what we need to do. We need to gather together now, Israel. Read.
that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
And that's what he's trying to tell us. What's gonna be for us in the last days when we come into this captivity. When we come into going through these curses. But he's talking about the latter days of when we get this kingdom. Read.
Gather yourselves together, and hear ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father.
So we need to hearken unto these laws, man.
That's right.
We need to hearken unto these laws, statutes, and commandments, and stop trying to follow and please our oppressor. Baba Kushal, give me that one in Leviticus that talks about if they love thy master, stay with the master, but Deuteronomy. But we need to stop now holding on to our oppressors, man. Like, these are laws. I'm only saying this because these are things that we've been going over, and the Most High had to put me through that chastisement to actually understand it more. Read, King.
This is Exodus chapter 21. Now, these are the judgments which thou shalt beset before them. If thou have a Hebrew servant 6 years, he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. If he come in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and the children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master,
I'll do what?
I love my master, my wife and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his heir through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever.
For what?
Forever.
And that's what what these the heathens have done to us. They've taken our laws and used it against us. So now when you get a job, what do you have to do? You have to sign a contract.
That's right.
You have to put your name on paper, pen to paper, your slave name, pen to paper. So now they own you. So they can choose whether to hire or fire you. But we're always the first fired and the last hired. But then we still want to work for them.
Right.
If you ain't going to get a job, all praises to 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄.
Calm. Yeah, that looks serious still. Praises.
There's investigation, man.
Whatever it is.
But yeah, if they're not going to hire you, take up and work with the Most High, man. That's the best job.
Hey, beautiful dresses.
That is the best job you can do.
Beautiful dress.
When you work for the Most High, that's the best job you can do. I understand we have bills to pay, but there's ways. The Most High will increase you, man. He will pay your bills for you. If you fear Him and come back to His law, statutes and commandments. And love your brothers, man, dwell with your brothers. If you like working with your oppressor, you're going to die with your oppressor. You're going to get caught up in Babylon, man. And I don't want to see that for my people. Like Romans chapter 10. I don't want to see that for my people. And our forefathers have always done that. Bring that one up.
Romans chapter 10 and verse 1.
Go ahead, still. Go ahead. Or bring that out.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to power is Israel, for Israel is that they might be saved.
My heart's desire is that my brothers might be saved. My brothers, my sisters of Yasharallah, that you might be saved, that we can no longer call ourselves oppressed.
That's right.
You know, I'm not going to be bold up and say I'm not oppressed. I am oppressed because I'm crying, man.
That's right.
The Most High has given me my Akim's understanding to come out and teach the word, the gospel, in truth and sincerity. Like, the Most High has given us this knowledge, made us to go back through this book and understand who we are.
That's right.
To go back through this book, to understand what the oppressors have done to us, that's put us in this mindset to reawaken our people through the true gospel. Not what your Christian pastors are telling you, for them to take your money, your hard-earned earnings, to go to church on a Sunday, to take your hard-earned earnings, to put it in their collection plate so they can pay the oppressor. We need to come out of this Babylonian mindset, Israel, man. Now it irks me to see my people in such a lower state. Bring your precept.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Surely what?
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
And I am mad.
That's right.
I'm mad. And I'm only mad because I understand who we are. So I am mad right now. And it upsets me more that our people are stiff-necked, like Brother was bringing out, to not even go and do the research. Read.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And the gift from your oppressor is destroying you because every time you start to come to this truth, Satan comes immediately and taketh away the word from you.
That's right.
And it destroys your heart because you now think, oh no, we're all one, we're all grafted in. No. What's wrong about being special to God, to the Most High? Because your oppressors think they're special. They think they're gods. They feel like no one can touch them. But they don't have a power like our power.
That's right.
Yeah, this is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 18. For when they speak great dwelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness, those that were clean escape from them who lived in error. While they promise them liberty, they themselves are servants of corruption.
They them what?
They are servants of corruption.
Exactly that.
For of who a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage.
God. And that's what's happened, man. Your Christian pastors because they are tax exempt, they are working for your oppressors. That means when you go to their churches, you are working for your Christian pastor because you're going to go and teach the same stupid doctrine that they've been paid to deceive you. They're selling you the word and you're buying it. They're selling you to your oppressors and you're willing to work with them. They're giving you the same slavery mentality that they did to us in the transatlantic slave trade.
That's right.
Using our book against us. But the men of the Lord, the true ones, the biblical Israelites, were waking up and we're telling our people, come back and read it for yourself. Study to show thyself approved, man. Read it, huh? Read King.
Isaiah 55 and 1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money.
Without what?
Without money.
You do not see a collection plate up here.
And without price.
And we're not giving you a price. We're not telling you to put a £20 note in a collection box. We got hats. We ain't even putting our hats on the floor like the beggars do. We're telling you to come and get this word for free, to cleanse you.
That's right.
To wake you up, you so-called blacks, you so-called natives, and you so-called Hispanics, to wake you up, to understand that you are God's chosen people. Stop loving this world and the oppression of your world, man, this world. Speaking.
This is the book of 1 John.
Actually, go to John and 1 John chapter 2, 7.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 7. Brethren, I write no new commandment unto you, but an old commandment which ye had from the beginning. The old commandment is the word which ye have heard from the beginning.
Exactly.
Again, a new commandment I write unto you, which thing is true in him and in you, because the darkness is past and the true light now shineth.
So it is the light up here shining. Yahweh said to us, let our light shine. So we're letting it shine so our people can understand who they really are. Now jump to 15.
Verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
And that's what we're trying to tell us, especially the Northern Kingdom, because you're so indoctrinated with this custom. The Most High said don't love the world. So if you love working for your oppressor, but you want to call upon the Most High is not going to hear your praise. Because you love to be oppressed.
That's right.
We're trying to break that bond from you. Yeah? Go on, okay.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of.
Aye.
For necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel.
God.
For if I do this thing willingly, I will have a reward.
Exactly.
But if against my will I disposition the dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. What is my reward then? Verily, that I will preach the gospel. I may make the gospel of Mashiach without charge.
God.
That I abuse not my power in the gospel.
God. Yeah, so we're out here, we're giving you the gospel to receive a reward. What is it if I preach? Like, what's my reward if I preach the gospel in this kingdom of man? For money. What's my reward? What are you going to give me? That I'm tax exempt? I still have to go and slave for the oppressor. That's not a reward.
That's right.
That is not a reward that I want. The reward that I would like is to come back for our people, like I said, like the gospel said, like for our people to be saved. That would be a reward in itself. Even if most are willing that me and my Akim, we get to see that kingdom and we'll get to be a part of that number in the elect. But if the Most High is using me as a vessel to wake up our people, all praises.
All praise.
As long as I know that my people are going to be saved.
That's right.
That's all my heart desire is to show, so that we don't have to go through this lower state of mind no more.
That's right.
A fire upon Babylon.
fire upon Babylon, man. Northern Kingdom, you need to wake up. Southern Kingdom, help your brothers. Even the ones that our people out there that have a zeal. Like the brother that came out earlier, he had a zeal. He just did not want to get the knowledge and understanding, thus save the Most High. We always say this has answers to everything. We're not saying we know everything. We're saying you can say something to us and there's a precept that can give you that understanding of why.
That's right.
We can give you the understanding why we're in the lower state. We can give you the understanding why the Most High said to us not to hold on to our oppressors.
That's right.
But you need to open up your ears now and come out of this bubble. The oppressor would put something in front of you to make you go astray, like chakras, like Egyptology, like 9 ethers. Because the moment you get closer to the truth, the devil spiritually, give me Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Spiritually, the devil will come and he'll put a stumbling, the Most High will use Satan to put a stumbling block in front of you. But it comes from the Most High. You need to be around like-minded people, especially in this wicked world, man.
Oh, can't. Yes, and some of them pastors are the same thing, man. Some of them can actually be the ones that open your eyes through their wickedness.
God.
Start realizing through the wicked pastors that weren't the way to go.
Right. God.
Everything's for a reason.
Everything's for a reason. On that, I have a brother in the Northern Kingdom that used to go to church religiously on a Sunday. And then he said to me, I can't go to church because they're not teaching me anything.
That's right.
But he goes because he has a zeal that he loves the Most High, so he goes for that reason. Read that.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Exactly. And that's what it is, because the Most High said that our oppressors, they're wicked from the womb, man. So they have no spirit on them. They have spirit of wickedness, but they don't have a righteous spirit on them. So they're a part of that ruler of darkness, man, for our people. Because they keep you in the dark. We are the light. We're the children of the light, not of the darkness. And we can see that within our people. That's why the Spirit bears witness who is Israel. So that's why we can be out here to cry out loud and spare not and lift up our voice like a trumpet. Because the Most High has ordained us to do this work, man.
That's right.
And do a 9 to 5 or 12 to 12 or 10 to 10. I have bills to pay, yes I do. But I'd rather be in the works of the Most High. So when I get to gather my brothers, all praises.
That's right. God.
All praises to the Most High. If I weren't oppressed as much as I was oppressed, I would be gathering my brothers more, and we were saying that we need to gather more. And that's the time that needs to happen now. Look, you can see it within our people vibration already. Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom start to come together. You know? That it's happening, man. We're in the last days, Israel. We're in the last days. Baba Kushak, can you get me Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14, Baba Kushak.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Right.
Why is he spoiled?
Why are we spoiled? Why is Israel spoiled? Are we servants? The Most High, we're the servants of the Most High, but we're not servants to our oppressors. Why are we spoiled, man? Because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Now the servants are riding upon horses, man, with their luxury, like modern day, it's their luxury cars, man. And he sees princes walking behind servants. We have to take the underground and spend out our money just to get to work.
Right.
Just so we can make a living in this society. Make ends meet. Why is it called ends meet? Because you have to get it right at the end and it's the last bit. It's the scraps. We have to get the scraps. Bring out our precept, King.
This is Isaiah 42 and 22.
Bring it out.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses.
God.
They are for a prey.
They are for what?
They are for a prey.
Come on, read.
And none delivereth for a spoil, and none saith restore.
Come on.
Who among you will give ear to this?
Who among our people is going to give ear to this, man? Who among our people is actually going to take the time to stop and hear what the Most High is saying about his chosen people?
Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil?
Who gave Jacob for a spoil?
And Israel to the robbers?
And Israel to the robbers. Who did that? Read, King.
Did not the Lord 𝐤𝐄𝐄? For he against whom we have sinned. For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient to his law.
Come. And that's why we've been put into the Most High gave us to the heathens, because we did not keep the law, statutes and commandments.
That's right.
But the Most High, he said to us, because these are curses upon a nation of people. Who will take ears to understand that who the Most High is talking to? Because he's not talking to the Jewish man in Stamford Hill, because they're not oppressed. He's not talking to the so-called white men that own the popes and all of that, because they're not oppressed. He's not talking to Egyptologists. He's not talking to the banks. Is that side that come up? The Luos. He's not talking to the Luos. He's not talking to the Ethiopians. No Selassie. He's not talking to Selassie. He's a Bun Selassie. He's talking to the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Central Indians that fit these conditions.
That's right.
That fit that prophecy there.
That's right.
Read, King. This is the reason why.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction.
So the Most High, he gave us over to the nations for a spoil, not for our destruction,
That's
but
right.
for what?
But because you moved power to wrath.
We moved our father to wrath. We didn't listen. We got licks. This is licks right now. Read.
You were delivered unto the enemies.
You delivered unto who?
You were delivered unto the enemies.
So you was why are we still holding hands with them? They're our enemies. Read, King.
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not unto power.
And that's what we're still doing today, going to work, clocking in, clocking out, man. We're worshipping this system more than we worship the Creator, the Most High. Read.
I'll carry on, yeah?
Is it finished?
Yeah, I'll say that, yeah.
Come on, bring out your priesthood.
This is the book of First Ezra, chapter 8 and verse 77. It says, and for our sins and our fathers, we with our brethren and our kings and our priests were given up unto the kings of the earth.
Given up to who?
Given up to the kings of the earth, to the sword and to captivity, and for a prey with shame unto this day.
Yeah, the Most High is giving up. So the reason why it says the kings of this earth, because this is their kingdom. This is not our kingdom. We read before, in the beginning, this is not our rest. This ain't our kingdom.
That's right.
So he's giving us up to the kings of this kingdom, or queendom, because there's not a king on the throne. He's giving us up to the queendom and the so-called men that are ruling it. Because we didn't keep his law, statutes and commandments. Bring out the precept you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of Yahweh your power, which I command you this day, and a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of Yahweh your power, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day to go after other gods.
To do what?
To go after other gods,
Can't read.
which ye have not known.
Which we have not known. Exactly that. The Most High said, give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. The Most High said he's going to put a blessing and a curse. He's giving us our blessing and a curse. A blessing if we keep the law, statutes and commandments, what the blessings are going to be. Sister, you know you're a child of the Most High. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments.
We know we should empower ourselves and we see, no, so you see woman, then can't deal with evil. And when they might take up your picnic, then you can't go and take up your picnic on your own. So they need some strong woman, some strong man.
Exactly. So
Yes.
sister, hear this.
You understand me?
Have you got time? She soon come, she soon come. But yeah, and that's another thing, sister. We need to stop calling our children pitneys. Because pitney just comes from that slave word, pick a nigger. They're not pitneys, man. They're children.
That's right.
Don't call them pitneys no more, man. Yeah? She's right. And the sister's right. There needs to be more strong men, but our men have been weakened.
Weak. Feminine.
We've been effeminized because there's not a man in the household, man.
That's right.
But yeah, yeah. So we went. The Most High gave us a blessing, and He gave us a curse.
That's
man.
right.
A blessing, if we keep the blessing is if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, that we will be rulers and governors of the kingdom to come in righteousness, and that will be His people. We are still His people, but we're now been given to our oppressors because we did not keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, which is a curse. We're going to read some of those. Get that one, Papa, because I don't ask you to get me. Because the following the custom of the other gods is also working in their Babylonian system.
It's in Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 3. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt.
No, sister. Sister, you're an Israelite of the Bible. Fear the Most High and keep His law, statutes, and commandments. Yeah?
You have to fear me because I am Him.
Leviticus 18 and 3.
Bring it out.
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do?
Shall you what?
Shall ye not do?
So when we was in Egypt, we were slaves. We was holding up their customs. We was following their ways. Read.
And after the doings of the land of Canaan, wherefore I bring you, shall ye not do?
And when we went to Canaan, we were still holding those vibrations. Holding up the funny days and holding their customs and working, man, for the oppressor. We should not do that. Read.
Neither shall ye walk in their ordinance.
Don't walk it, don't keep their customs. No Christmas, no Sunday church, no Easter, no 4th of July. We don't keep those customs, man. Let the heathens have their customs. We have our customs according to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, 𝐤𝐄 in the 5 books of Moses, the Torah.
That's
Come
right.
back to our ways, Yahshua.
That's right.
When you go to work, you are worshipping a god of this kingdom. You're worshipping your oppressor because they see them. So we read it earlier in Obadiah. We read it in Jeremiah. They exalt themselves at the Most High. So they put themselves in. So we are not going to work in their system and loving it. We are now trying to. You're calling them. I don't call them our God. You're calling them just they're your God because you fear them. But the Most High said, don't do after them customs. Fear Him, and we have a promise. Give me the blessings and the curses for our people. Abu Kashar.
You know the devil the Bible speaks.
Yeah, so you are our oppressors. You are the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Your ancestors did this to my ancestors, and the Most High said He's going to recompense what you did to the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. The so-called blacks, the Native Americans whose land that you took, and the Seminole Indians who you gave smallpox to, and the Latinos that you used Christopher Columbus to take, rob, murder, and spoil their children. The Most High said He's got judgment for these people, man.
You're going into slavery.
You're going into slavery. And all of our people that want to keep up with our custom of the Egyptology, you're going into slavery as well.
That's
Do not
right.
keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
Don't like it, don't shoot the messenger, take it out with the Most High. Actually shoot me, persecute me. Persecute me for righteousness' sake.
Bring it out, King.
We need 10 middle fingers.
That's it. That's right.
Persecute me for righteousness' sake.
This is Psalm 137 and verse 7.
Bring that out.
Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom,
Yeah?
in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof.
So the Most High is going to remember, we're praying that the Most High remembers you so-called white man, you Edomite. Remember what you've done to his chosen people.
That's right.
We're praying for the Most High to remember that.
O daughter of Babylon,
Oh, daughter of Babylon.
who ought to be destroyed.
Who what?
Who ought to be
The
destroyed.
Most High said he's going to destroy you
That's right.
for keeping us in this Babylonian mindset, making us work a 9 to 5, and it's hard for us to feed our children and feed and put a roof over our head. The Most High said he's going to destroy you. Read.
Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee,
Yeah, the Most
as thou hast served us.
The Most High is going to be happy for. He's going to make us happy that you're going to rule underneath us.
That's right.
You're going to go from the highest to the stubble.
Teach.
We're going to be happy. Happy
That's
shall
right.
it be. We can finish that off. Let's get the meat on that.
Happy shall he be
Where?
that taketh and dasheth thy little ones
That do
against
what?
the stone.
That
taketh and dasheth
thy little ones against the stone.
The same way you did it to our little ones.
That's right.
The
That's
same
right.
way you did it to our so-called picnics. We're going to do it to your Edomites, to your Stacy, to your Clays,
To your waste away.
to your Georges, man, to your wasted ways, your Asashuas. Most I said we're going to be happy to recompense unto you, but double. So when we're working for you a 9 to 5, you're going to be working 12 to 12, 24 hours, back to back, no rest, no sleep. And that's what we want for our people.
That's
To
right.
be able to sit there and be the true kings and princesses, not no queens, princesses of the earth and children of the Most High.
That's right.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Seeing it is a righteous thing to recompense tribulation.
To do what?
To recompense tribulation.
Read, King.
To them that trouble you.
To who?
To
them that trouble you.
And who has troubled us the most, man? Who has troubled the Israelites the most? These so-called white men, the Edomite, the devil, the devil of the Bible, has done the most to us through how many captivities?
That's right.
So the Most High said we're going to render double unto you.
Come on.
Read, King.
Revelations 2:25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come.
So we got this knowledge, and we're going to hold fast to it, but we're going to teach our people. We're holding fast until the Most High's come, so we're going to keep teaching the gospel.
That's right.
Read.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my words unto the end.
Unto the what?
Unto the
the
end.
Get me second.
To him
Second.
will I give power over the nations.
Give what?
To him will I give power over the nations.
Yes, the Most High said if we keep these words, we come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, we're going to have power over these nations.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
And what are we going to do?
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
God.
As the vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers,
Come, man.
even as I have received of my Father.
God. That's music to my ears. That is music to my ears. You've had us into so how many captivity. The Most High said, if we hold fast and do His work to wake up our people, there's a reward for us, man.
That's right.
There is a reward for us. But our people don't like to wait and be patient for a reward. They want it quick, fast, and now. That's why we have wicked men in the Maccabean times. That's why they won't give us those hidden books. Because it tells us of what our people done and the prophecy of what our people did.
Yeah. Baruch chapter 4 and verse 25. My children, suffer patiently
Yeah.
the wrath that is come upon you from power, for thine enemy have persecuted thee.
Yeah.
But shortly,
But what?
but shortly,
Can.
thou shalt see his destruction.
We shall what?
Thou shalt see his destruction.
So shortly we're going to see the destruction of our enemies when we are patiently waiting.
And shall tread upon his neck.
We shall do what?
And shall tread upon his neck.
Yeah, the same way like they did to George Floyd and they was upon his neck. We're going to be 10 men upon his neck, man.
That's
Most
right.
High willing. Read.
My delicate ones have gone through ways, rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemy.
And not the Most High calling us delicate, man. Who was taken away captive? The Most High called us delicate and was taken away. That speaks to, that pertaineth to a nation of people. Read, King.
Be of good comfort, O my children,
Come.
and cry unto power,
Come.
for you shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you.
Exactly.
For as it was your mind to go astray from power, so being turned, seek him 10 times more.
Seeking what?
10 times more.
Yeah, man. Because our mind's gonna stray. Our mind's gonna stray through captivity. But that's why the Most High set up the men, the watchmen, to come out and give you the gospel. So now you can come back to that spiritual understanding, that biblical, the true biblical understanding. So you can seek him 10 times more in the correct vibration.
That's right.
Not in the vibration of your oppressor.
That's right.
To keep yourself at a lower state. We read it earlier, though hand joined in hand, the wicked should not go unpunished. But he's gonna wake up the children of Judah and the tribe of Ephraim, and he's gonna bring these two sticks together. We just need to now not be stiff-necked and to just jump onto whatever our Christian pastor's saying or what our oppressors are saying. Don't go to your church because I will pay you double. Don't do this because I'm going to give you this. There's always a catch with these your oppressors, man. There's always a catch with them.
That's right.
They're not going to give you. They're not going to give you something without taking more from you.
That's right.
They will give you a little and take a mile. But we are too foolish and stupid and stiff-necked to understand what they're doing, and we think we're all in a good state. No, the Most High said we're at a lower state. But in a short time, he's gonna put us in a higher state. My Colombian brothers need to wake up. My Seminole Indian brothers and sisters need to wake up. Because when the Most High joins them sticks together, he's gonna show you. He's gonna show you how powerful we are through him.
That's right.
Judah and Benjamin need to wake up.
Judah and Benjamin need to wake up. Ephraim and Manasseh wake up. 12 tribes of Yasharallah, wake up, man.
That's right.
Because time is running out. Grace period, it's called a grace period for a reason. It's a period of time. And one day, 1,000 years is one day to the Most High. And he gets to choose what time he's going to clock at that clock. And Armageddon's going to come. Get me that one, Brother Kashar. Esau's the end of the world, Jacob the beginning.
One day for man is 1,000 years.
Yeah, one day for man is 1,000 years to the Most High. That one day. So lucky if I flip that around. Yes, yeah, bring that up.
Where should I start?
Start from 7.
This is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall that be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Exactly that. That point is, Ezra was asking the Most High a question. And the Most High said, and the Most High gave him what is the latter end. And we have to go through, we have to understand who Jacob and Esau is from the beginning. That's Genesis. Genesis means the beginning. Yeah? The Most High said from the beginning. 20p extra. 9 extra. He said last week, remember last week he said that the prices are going up. The famine that's coming along the land. Everybody, see, this is what I'm saying. The wicked will give you, they will give you the little and take the most from you. So why trust in your oppressor? Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 19 says it. That's what the heathens are going to come to us and say we've inherited life. 16:19, Salakia. Yeah, bring it out. Jeremiah chapter 16:19. Because now, the curses are flipping them. Give me our Bible question. The Deuteronomy chapter. They can't. Deuteronomy chapter 37. Because these are the things that we need to, these are the signs that we need to look out for as well. The most.
You get Deuteronomy for yourself. I'm like, cool.
Hey. Who are they?
This is Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 19. Oh Yahweh, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction.
In the day of affliction, so we're afflicted, yeah?
The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lives.
Do what?
Have inherited lives.
You read?
Vanities and things wherein there is no profit.
Exactly. So now the heathens are coming over and like, yeah, what you just said, because we're bringing it out through the gospel, man. The Most High is not an author of confusion. And this is why we're telling our people to wake up and come back to the law, statutes and commandments, because the Most High, this is another blessing for us. That the Most High is going to, and we're going in the Third Ra, we're going into the Lord. Read, King.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies.
Put all what?
Put all these curses upon thine enemies.
Can't read.
And on them that hate thee.
And on who?
And on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Yeah.
And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day.
Can't. And that's what's happening. The Most High now, when you look at it, when you come into this truth, and you understand, what's going on, the Most High is now flipped the table. Now the heathens are getting the curses that we've been suffering.
That's right.
But we have a power that's gonna bring us up and rise us up, man, in these last days. Because Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it.
That's right.
Time. And that's what's happening. Now the heathens are trying to cleave onto us.
That's right.
They're gonna come to us all sensitive. Oh yeah, the electric bill's gone up. Good that it's gone up for you as well.
That's right.
Good that it's gone up for you. You're trying to cleave now because you know that you're spiritually, they know that their kingdom is done.
That's right.
Even the lowest of the Edomites and the heathens know that their kingdom is over. So they're gonna cleave to the men of Yasharallah. They're gonna cleave to the ones that are shining with their light. That's why the ones that are still learning and still trying to seek themselves, that's why they're cleaving onto you so much, because they want to keep you in that lower state.
That's right.
They don't want you to wake up with that righteous vibration, to know that the Most High has got you through this captivity. Yeah?
Daniel 12:4.
Daniel 12:4. We know we have to render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, but give to the Most High that belongs unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And that's his law, statutes and commandments, man. That's his law, statutes and commandments. Fear the Most High, keep his law, statutes and commandments, and love thy brethren, and thou will love thyself. Read, King.
This is the book of Daniel chapter 12 and verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Yeah, but sooner or later, so he said shut up the book. Many will run to and fro. We've been running to and fro in the land of our captivity seeking, but now knowledge is being increased. Because the Most High is waking up the saints, man. And now we have understanding that that the translation of kingdoms is happening.
Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
That's the nation, the heathens, man. The heathens have become wiser than Daniel, man. The heathens have obviously now know what we're going through. They know that we're the children of Israel. They know how to oppress us. They know that the devil the Bible speaks of, the devil knows he's got a short time.
That's right.
That's why when the real ones are waking up, it's a dreadful sound in his ears.
God, that's right.
But any of these Edomites that have biblical understanding, the biblical knowledge, they just get down with the program and start kissing toes.
Like the one that came over and gave us the frankincense, the myrrh, and the oil, and we went and
Spike now, didn't they?
yeah. They're starting to even in our comment our emails. I comment for them in our emails.
Guys, like, where do I come and bow down to the brothers, man?
Yeah, God.
The man's like, and obviously we're not proud because we're not going to send him like any information.
Exactly.
He's got to diligently search for himself.
Exactly.
If he wants to bow and be a good servant, he's going to have to.
God. God. Because right now we're being very meek and being humble because the Most High says to be meek. We're the meek. So we're only hired to wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called blacks, the so-called natives and the Latinos. But the oppressors don't like that because they're no longer grafted in because they know their kingdom is done.
Yeah, sorry.
No, go on.
Yeah, we're not up here to get our boots kissed and licked. That's not our mission. Our mission is to wake up, like the brother said, the hopeful elect and the 12 tribes of Israel. That's right. But if along the lines, an Edomite wants to get through the program, then he gets with the program. We're not up here to damn, you know what I mean? And making it some comedy show. Or like how many views we can get of Edomites kissing our toes. That's not what we're at.
That's not what we're at for. If that happens, that's the will of the Most High.
That's right.
That's the will of the Most High. Because it was actually meant to be like that. Last week, that brother could have. He bowed down.
Hey, brother, close your bag. Yo, brother, close your bag.
Like the Edomite that came last week, he bowed down. He didn't kiss the foot. But those are shadow things to come. These are shadow things to come. Look, yeah. So we're not out here for that worldly kind of glory to do it now. Because if we get our reward here, what's going to be our reward in the heavens, man? In the kingdom. So we're just going to be meek, we're going to be humble just to wake up our brothers and sisters and bring them back to the gospel, man. How it should be read. Let's get them blessings and curses for our Deuteronomy 28.
For the top.
Yeah. But that's it. We tell them to come out of that oppression state and they go there. It's because
Tell him to close his bag and he kept it open.
And he kept it open. Read, King.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
Read.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations.
Shall do what?
Shall set thee above all nations.
There's that translation again. Keep the commandment, he's going to set us on high.
That's right.
This is a blessing still to come. But we need to come back to the law, statutes and commandments and keep righteousness. And not trust in our oppressors, man. To choose none of these ways. Read, King.
Of the earth, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power.
So these blessings are going to be abundant upon us, man. Like how it was abundant upon Solomon. Solomon asked, he didn't ask for riches. He didn't ask for the gold. He didn't ask for the women then. All he asked the Most High was for knowledge.
That's right.
He had that fear and that zeal to ask for knowledge, and the Most High increased him abundantly.
That's right.
Abundantly. Now can you imagine the children of the 12 tribes, the whole 12 tribes, getting a blessing abundantly in our kingdom? How we should be ruling in righteousness.
That's right.
How we can magnify the Most High and give him thanks. The correct way. Give me a random blessing you want to read, King.
Yeah, next
We're
one.
just gonna go for
Blessed shall thou be in the city.
Blessed shall we be what?
Blessed shall we be in the city.
We can walk through the cities and we won't have to be afraid, man. Now we got to Psalms. Yea, thou walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. We don't fear no evil because we keep the law, statutes and commandments, and we pray that the Most High is got us, man, in his captivity. But blessings will be that we won't have to read those Psalms no more. The blessings that we are going to be walking in the city paid with gold, man. Read.
And blessed shall thou be in the field.
There's a precept for that too. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, Brother Kushal, can you get me Zechariah chapter 9 and verse... You hold that. You hold the
Go.
the other thing. Yes. 9. It's like it's chapter 8 and verse 4.
Zechariah chapter 8 and verse 4. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age, and the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof.
Read that one again, King.
Right. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 3. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field.
Don't that just sound like music to your ears? That sounds like music to my ears. To be blessed in the city and be blessed in the field, man. No more missing children. No more worrying have to turn around and say, where's my child? Because we're going to be blessed.
The elders not worrying.
And the elders are not worrying. Like the elder don't have to worry when the next time she's going to have to pay her bills and all of that. Because the Most High will have her in that kingdom, man. The elder man don't have to worry about when he's next going to see his children, because he'll be blessed in that kingdom, man.
Or his daughter on the strip.
Or his daughter's on a stripper pole. Because they're gonna be in the streets playing. Our eyes are gonna be on them. The Most High is gonna be watching us, man. That's a blessing. Bring me another blessing, King.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 9. The Yahweh shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of Yahweh thy power and walk in his ways.
So the Most High is going to make these heathens know who he's chosen, man. He's going to make them know. In that day, that's a blessing. In that day of us returning and the translations happen, we're going to know who our people is, man. Who Yahweh's people are.
Precept, huh?
Bring the precept up, Uncle Shah.
This is Ezekiel chapter 39. Ezekiel 39 and 23, 25, huh? Ezekiel 39 and 23.
Bring it out.
And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity. But they, because they trespassed against me, therefore hid I my face from them and gave them into the hands of their enemies.
Yeah, hold it there, King. So the Most High said the people know us by going into the captivity. Yeah? But remember, we just read a blessing. So now we're going to understand where the translation comes in. Continue reading, King Baba Kasha.
So fell they by the sword, according to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions, hath I done unto them. and hid my face from them.
Right.
Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power. No, but I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Yashar'Allah and Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name.
God. And that's what's gonna happen. That's the translation right there. So we're gonna, this kingdom's gonna know who the Most High's people are through those blessings. So you identify who we are through the curses, and then he's gonna identify even more and establish us even more through the blessings, man. He's gonna make it known who his people are, man. That's why we are separate. That's why we're telling you to wake up and don't hold on to your oppressors, man.
That's why it says you put a difference.
Yeah, it's that difference between the Egyptians and Israel. If you want to be a part of that Egyptology nonsense, you're going to perish like an Egyptian, because they have their curses to come to. The translation's going to happen. Yeah? Give me another blessing, Baba Kushar. Because all we do, we go through. I realize we always tell our people the curses. But now we need to tell our people, but there's a blessing once you come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments and keep them, man. And fear the Most High, man. That's the first thing to do. Fear the Most High, keep His laws, statutes, and commandments, and then love that brother as you love yourself. Because if you fear the Most High, you're going to love your brother because you're going to teach him the laws.
Right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 12. Yahweh shall open unto thee his good treasure and the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand.
And to do what?
And to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow.
Exactly. But that's the curses. Now it's flipped. We see the curses. Yeah, so the blessing, yeah, that's the blessing, man. The Most High is going to increase us. And the heathen, we're going to give to the heathens, but we ain't going to want back.
So yeah, that blessing is everything that we do in work. So if we work basically in the field, the farming, the banking system of lending out money, and we're not going to need to borrow it off anyone. That's why the so-called Jewish man own the banking systems, man. He's given the world to the hands of the wicked. Alright, so now that blessing isn't on us. That's a blessing, that's the curse, that's a curse on us. Now we have to ask and borrow and lend from our oppressors. That's why it says there's a hole in our pocket. Let me read.
God, get that. That's beautiful.
Listen to the blessing. Teach the blessing.
And Salakia, just another point on that. It says he will the heaven, innit? He will open up the heaven to give rain, you know, like to thy land as well, you know?
Increase.
Yeah.
Well, this is Micah. Yeah. This is Haggai chapter 1 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
For we sow much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes.
And that was the beginning of this lesson, man. We work so much and we get little back, but the Most High is now giving us the blessing. He's going to increase us.
Right.
Brother Kushal, can you quickly bring up for me St. John chapter 14 verse 1? Because these are things to come, man. Yahweh Ratazada me and my brothers, you know, we get to see that and be a part of that, man. But we want it for our people as well. We've been dying for too long. Mentally and physically, we've been getting killed by our oppressors, but we're the ones that like to say, oh, it's all right. Because you trust in your oppressors. Yeah. Bring this one up.
This is the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in power, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions.
In what?
In my Father's house are many mansions.
That's a kingdom, man. That's a kingdom to come. In my Father's house there are many mansions. And what did Yahushua do?
If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you.
What did he do?
I go to prepare a place for you.
That's a blessing for me.
And imagine the Father's house.
Man.
If the earth is his footstool,
Yeah, that's it.
what's his house in the Villa?
Man.
What they say, the universe.
The universe. It's the unique verse for the children of Israel.
That's right.
It's a unique verse.
Unique verses, man.
Unique verses, man. That's a blessing.
Yeah, for real, isn't it?
Good.
For real. Verse 3. Verse 3. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know.
Hold it there.
And that's when they like to talk about space travel, right? For one day is 1,000 years.
Exactly.
So like, you know that when they say going through the time
stream and all of that. Listen, all I know is that sounds like a blessing to be sitting in the kingdom of Yahushua.
That's right.
Under the laws of Yahweh. A man that came and gave his blood for the children of Israel, not the whole world. But you so-called blacks, you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, Yahushua gave his blood. Can you imagine sitting in the presence of him and being blessed in the streets? Being blessed in the kingdom, your children are there. Going up to Yahushua, Adawan, Shalom, Shalom. That's a blessing. But no, we rather do it to our oppressor. You right, man? You right, Chris? You right? Nah. The master, man. I ain't got time for all of that. So I'll be humble and I'll be meek and I'll be patient, but I'm crying to the Most High that He gets us out of it. But I'll be patient for that day, man. Bring out the precept, Baba Kishan.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 2 and verse 10.
Read, King.
Thus saith Yahweh unto Ezra, tell my people that I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem, which I would have given unto Israel. The glory also will I take unto me, and give these the everlasting tabernacle, which I have prepared for them.
Yeah, the Most High is going to give us that, man.
They shall have the tree of life.
They shall what?
They shall have the tree of life.
And these heathens ain't got the tree of life, that's why their kingdom's about to end. Read, King.
For an anointing of Savior, sweet Savior, and they shall neither labor nor be weary.
God. And that anointing is the law, statutes, and commandments, man. That's the sweet Savior, the Gospels. And when we see where else we get understanding, we ain't gonna be working for our oppressors no more. Read, King.
I'm gonna go verse 37. Verse 37. Be not weary. 2nd Ezra 2 verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, the others shall weep and be sorrowful. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith Yahweh.
They'll be able to do what?
Do nothing against thee, saith
who?
Yahweh.
God.
My hands shall cover thee, so that my children shall not see hell. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith Yahweh.
Khan. Exactly that. The Most High says, fear none of these things. And the heathens are gonna weep. Once you come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, the Most High is gonna cover you in his wing, man. He's gonna hold you safe. So when that famine does come, you're protected. And the heathens are now gonna weep and be like, oh, but this is our kingdom. Like, why are they going for? Because of you had your time. Now the Most High is gonna recompense.
That's right.
Read, King.
Psalms chapter 27 and verse 5.
Wow.
For in the time of trouble shall he hide me in his pavilion.
Shall he what?
Shall he hide me in his pavilion.
He's gonna hide us in his house. Read.
In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me.
Khan.
He shall set me up upon a rock, and now shall my head be lifted up upon mine enemies
Khan.
round about me.
That's right.
Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai.
That's right. Khan la Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yeah, man. He's gonna set us above our enemies. That's why we're the watchmen now. So we're out here giving you warning, man. Because if you're gonna be comfortable in your security of this kingdom, you're gonna fall by the sword of this kingdom.
That's right.
By the hands of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. We're giving you this warning. Don't trust in your oppressors, man. Like, start taking time for the Most High. Even if you pick up the gospel, the book, and just start reading for yourself. Not what your pastors are telling you. Read it properly. Don't be like them Christians. I read it from front to back and back to front. I know everything in the Bible. And then when you look in the book, they say, I didn't know that was in there. I found it. They didn't know certain things are in there because they're only reading what their pastors has told them and what their oppressors allowed them to read. They're not reading about the blessings and the curses, man. They're not identifying themselves who the Most High is talking to with certain verses to identify who you are. Because they love this wicked place so much. They are spiritually trapped. Some of them are crying now, but like I said, when they cry, Satan cometh immediately and takes away the gospel, man. But if you are prepared to come, get me Sirach chapter 2 verse 1. If you're gonna come to the Most High, prepare yourself, Yasharallah. But all I'm saying is, fear the Most High, keep His laws, statutes, and commandments, and He will comfort you, man. Read, King.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
And the reason why we have to prepare our soul for temptation is because the spirits are going to see that we're being zealous for the word now. So they're going to put all manner of wickedness in front of us to make us go off. That's why the Most High gives us like-minded brothers that we can stick together and build. Iron sharpen of iron.
Man.
We cry and we mourn together, we weep together, we are oppressed together. Read.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
And that's how you set your heart aright. When you dwell with brothers, because they're in like mind with you. They're going through that oppression the same way you're going through that oppression. Read.
And make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
And how do you cleave unto the Most High? Where 2 of you are gathered in His name, He's amongst us, man. His angels will come past around those that fear the Most High.
That's right.
Your oppressors do not fear the Most High, so you can't be saying, like, give thanks to the Most High in all things. But remember, the devil can also give you blessings. He can give you blessings. He can give you those blessings. You're gonna say, bless me, bless God. And the devil's like, yeah, you're being less now because you're working 10 times harder for your oppressor, man. In the precept.
Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, Sirach chapter 37 And verse 12. But be ye continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄, whose mind is according to thy might, and will sorrow with thee if thou miscarry.
And that's where the increase comes, man, and that endurance comes. That's why I say I can speak about these things because I went through it and I saw about it, and I've had brothers to commune with.
This is Romans chapter 16 and verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offence, contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. For they that are such serve not our Yahushua and Mashiach and the Word, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speech deceive the hearts of the sinners, of the simple.
Exactly, and that's what these pastors do. And I'm not just talking about the pastors of Israel, I'm talking about of all the pastors, man. That's what they do. They're not doing it. They're not
everyone. That's not.
Everyone that is not, that's giving you, that's saved, are doing it for their own vain belly, man. They do it to feed themselves, to make themselves feel good, not to give thanks and praise to the Most High. They're not doing it to glorify the Most High. They're doing it so they can say, you know what, I spoke to someone, and that it makes me feel good that I could teach them something. They don't say, the Most High brought this person to me and I could give them the gospel and give them understanding. All praises to the Most High. They want to be seen of men. It's the vanity that we read about earlier. You know? So, yeah, Israel, man. Don't let this, don't be confounded by this kingdom, man. Start to wake up, Yeshua, Baba Kashad. Pray to the Most High 𝐤𝐿 that He wakes up our people in these latter days, man. Because the latter rains are about to come. Because if we bring it out about the rumors of war, and we can see what's going on. And we bring it out in the direct about being in the comfortability of your surroundings, man. Start getting comfortable, being uncomfortable of knowing the truth, so the Most High can comfort you.
That's right.
Because once you come out, be uncomfortable around wickedness, the Most High is going to comfort you with righteousness. So we need to start waking up, these so-called black Latinos, Native American, Central Indians, you know.
Comfortable, right?
Yeah, comfortable, sure.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 9. Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despite shall dwell in torment.
Shall do what?
Shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits.
That's comfortable. You're receiving benefits to make yourself comfortable. You're being very comfortable in the situation that you're in. Your oppressors have made you comfortable, man.
Yeah. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
And have what?
And have not known me.
Because you're getting that benefit from your oppressors, the comfortability, you don't even think upon the Most High and giving thanks for the works that He's done for you, that you can actually breathe and,
surely
you know?
make a wise man.
Exactly. And that's a beautiful precept that goes with that. Yeah? So bring that one back at the surely oppression make the proverb.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
See how it comes back round? That's the benefits, man. The benefits is the gift from your oppressor, man. You're getting comfortable in this society.
That's right.
You know? Freaking.
2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 11. And they that have loathed in my law, while they had yet liberty, meaning yet grace.
Yes.
And when as repentance was open unto them,
Grace. Yeah, grace again.
understood not.
Under what?
Understood not.
So not understanding the grace period that the Most High is giving you.
And despised it.
And despised it because of the men of the Most High are giving you the words to be cleansed and come back and not to receive the benefits that's going to destroy you.
The same must know it after death by pain.
So you're going to know it after death by pain.
Wow.
Because the Most High says, I sent you watchmen.
How are you going to know it after the pain, after the death?
Exactly. So when that judgment comes,
They think they're going to run away from the pain by dying.
exactly. But when that judgment comes, the Most High is going to judge you according to your words.
Right.
So you're going to be there, be like, have I not done X, Y, and Z? And the Most High is going to be like, I sent my watchmen out, and they gave you warning.
I got precept. The same shall know it after death by pain, innit? So look, there's going to be guys like this, look.
Read,
This is Revelation chapter 9 and verse 6.
bring that out.
And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them.
Yeah, man. You're going to start knowing the gospel and start getting that understanding because of the famine of the word's going to come. The Most High is going to take away the word. And then when these things happen,
Revelation chapter 9 and verse 6. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them.
yeah, so men are going to be desiring to just give up the ghost, man. But the Most High is going to let them know, man. It's going to make them go through that tribulation. Because you didn't want to get that understanding from before, because you was getting the benefit. So you're going to have to suffer the same way your oppressors are going to suffer, man. You know? Like when the gospel has been given to you, you wanted to receive the benefits. So once it goes, take it out with the Most High, man, because He's already got His judgment for you. And on that, I want to keep it short, and I hope that was edifying for you, 𝐤𝐄𝐄. It's time to wake up.
Right.
Don't get comfortable in this kingdom no more, man. It's hard time to wake out of sleep, and it's time to gird up your loins, Israel. Northern Kingdom, Baba Kushah, brothers out there that are teaching the Northern Kingdom, mighty shalom to you. Keep doing the works and wake up more of our nations. The Southern Kingdom, mighty shalom to you that are out there teaching the brothers on the highways and byways, labouring. Continue to push the gospel, wake up our people, let's join these sticks together. Pray to the Most High that He can take us home, man. But let's have patience and be meek while we're doing this work, Baba Kushah. Yeah? And on that I say, 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄.
𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄.
𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄. Pass it over to the Nazarite news. Shalom.